Texas 95.7, the Armadillo. Craig Vaughn with you in the studio. Time for the WRCA Ranch Radio, presented by New Generation Supplements. Got Lehman Wall and Casey Hooper in here.
Lehman's playing Tetris on his phone, so I'll go ahead
I'm doing
and
an Instagram post, Casey.
an Instagram.
You're working. I'm doing an Instagram post.
So Instagram, here's a ham, whatever, Dr. Seuss. It'll be okay. So
How was Cam?
very, very, very dusty. I actually still am coughing it
Coughing up dirt?
Yeah, I feel like, because usually when I go there, it's like a human humidifier. Like it clears me all out. Yes, there's pollen and stuff and different kind of.
Right.
But I really think the only thing growing up there is ragweed. Isn't there a group that was from Oklahoma?
Cross-Canadian, right?
Called Look at me go with my trivia, Craig.
You're doing pretty good.
I wouldn't name anything after ragweed, after all the ragweed I inhaled up there at Coffeyville. So the Jackie Perkins Memorial Ranch Rodeo, it just seems like yesterday when she passed away. And it's been 3 years, I guess, and it was a very, very good rodeo. And I'm going to tell you, you say the last rodeo, excuse me.
Last qualifier of the year.
These guys all knew it, too. So, like your first place, second place, third place, you had Oklahoma and Kansas come together. Then you had New Mexico, and then you had Missouri.
Man, 4 different states.
And there was, I think, 4 Texas teams there. They had 18 ranch teams.
Wow.
And it did come down to, well, like I say, I'll keep out the,
The Acorn Collection.
the acorn. I know. I never know why that just rolls off my.
The ball cutting.
Yeah, came down to the neck cutting, and we had a lot of bleeders, and we had to add the stop bleed to some of them. But it was fast. So the team that won was Sweetwater Cattle and Heb Cattle, and then they're out of Newkirk, Oklahoma, and Fall River, Kansas. Second place went to /W Cattle from Texaco.
New Mexico.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's okay. They'll just laugh at me. Justin will be like, yeah, well, we do have a tow across the state line. So anyway, and then third place was TNR Ranch out of Monet, Missouri. Is that how you say that? Monet? Listen to...
You said a fancy word.
I did say a fancy word. So I haven't seen much of these guys, right? So I get up to Coffeyville, and the guy that rode the bronc, I was like, who is that guy? Like, he came and drew a paint horse, soft paint horse, not real solid colored. And they had a good rodeo, and I've not seen them at the ones I've been at. So it's actually was kind of refreshing. And from that team, the top hand came from that team, Anthony Newman. And
Good for him.
Yep. It was really good.
That's awesome.
It was cool. And I tried to get the buckle from him because it said Jackie Perkins Memorial Ranch Rodeo. He doesn't really know me yet, so he was like, get away from me.
Who is this lady?
Who is this lady that is... So, top horse, sponsored by Horselick, was Backyard Swagga. And only TJ, I about said TJ Mills, only J.R. Ramey would ride a horse called Backyard Swagga. That just kind of cracks me up.
Not swagger.
Swagga. Did I say that right?
Swagga. You said it right.
I did say it right.
Backyard swagger.
That's right. And let me tell you that he does not need to be in the backyard. He needs to be in the front yard you're living in your house before your children do. This horse is bad. I almost said the bad word. This horse is bad to the bone. I mean,
he's good.
Yeah, he's good. You should have seen him in the sorting. Obviously, they had the fastest time in the sorting with 49 seconds?
The sorting 49 seconds.
Yeah, this horse went in and
it was like get on my horse in that amount of time.
Well, Shetlands are hard because, like Shetlands, you've got to run them under stuff for people to get on them. I mean,
she just went right at it. She didn't hesitate a bit.
Oh man.
You know, if that was ever like a golf shot, teed up, tee that sucker right up, Casey.
But mine, I'm a bring the feed bucket kind of gal now. But anyway, let me just tell you, this horse plowed like he was on very steady, very slow, but it was like he was on roller skates. I can't explain how this horse moved. It was almost the coolest exhibit.
Same horse he rode at Medicine Lodge. They did. They had a good rodeo at Medicine Lodge.
Yeah, yes, they did.
They were really close to winning that.
So a little trivia here on old J.R. Ramey and Sweetwater cattle. In 2009, they won the world championship, and they were with. Can you name that off? Tom Drummond Ranch.
Yeah,
yes. So I believe that was Drew and Chris Potter, Amy Potter, Doug Hall, Shane Steerwalt, and J.R. Ramey. Give me Drew's last name, Craig. Can you pull it up? Or are you way off base? Drew. I can picture him in the back.
Yeah, we got to give Drew some true
he did.
recognition.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll get to that in just a second. But here's what cooked the bacon crisp at this rodeo. Sweetwater and Hibb were the only team. Drew Lockwood. Yes. Oh, Drew. They were the only team to get a time in every event. So guess what? They got the 5-point bonus. Mm-hmm. Only team. And Steerwalt was coming right up and chasing up their line, and they took a hickey.
But according to the math, they would have won the rodeo anyway.
Yes. No, I'm just saying they were giving them a run. The old teammate was giving them a run. Mm-hmm. But we can go ahead, and I think we're talking to Bailey Hibb.
Cool.
And it could be Hibb. I don't know.
Let's go.
Bailey Smith.
Looking for mineral supplements that are economical, convenient, weather-resistant, high-quality, palatable? Look no further than SmartLick's Mineral Tubs. We know there's a lot of mineral supplement options out there, but not all are created equal. SmartLick Tubs are fortified with all the nutrients your beef animals need, but without the waste that is common in loose mineral supplementation. To learn more about mineral supplement solutions to help support your herd perform their best, head over to smartlick.com or stop by your nearest SmartLick dealer today. Got him on the phone. Here's Bailey Hibb. Congratulations coming to Amarillo here in, about 6 weeks or so for the World Championship. You're the final qualifier of the year, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Bet.
Bailey, so Casey again here. So, talk about how dusty Coffeyville, Kansas area is, and your country, and everywhere else. I was telling them that usually when I go that direction, it's like a natural humidifier. Not this time. Yeah. Not now.
No, we're pretty dry, getting pretty droughty. A lot of people starting to worry about their waters, and it ain't looking too good in the future.
No, it's not. And actually, that place to haul water is I don't think I've ever. The many years I've been doing this, I could see cattle in the pastures, and dust was coming up behind them. Usually you see that in New Mexico or the Panhandle or Arizona. Not in where they're from. Not at all. Not at all. But hey, now Debbie Downer's here.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the invite, buddy. And JR literally threw you under the bus and made you do this, you know.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, he pulled the old, I think Bailey would be a lot better at that than I would be. So you'll have to give him ribbon.
No, it actually went like this. Well, you know that Bailey'd be a little better than I did. Okay, so anyway, now we've ribbed on JR a little bit. So I was telling earlier that you guys had a very, very good solid rodeo. When I mean solid, you were the only team that had had a time in everything, which you got the 5-point bonus. But even without that, Bailey, I mean, you had a few guys chasing your tail, but after the sorting, you guys smoked it, and I think, oh my gosh, they're going to be chasing them. And they did. You guys had to have a good rodeo, and you did. Can you kind of elaborate what you guys figured you might have to do? Like, especially after the bronc ride. I think you guys ended up third, right? In the bronc, tied for third. So they got points. Mm-hmm. And then we get down to where everyone's chasing them. And can you want to talk a little bit about maybe there's a strategy, maybe there wasn't?
No, I think this is the fourth rodeo we went to this year. We didn't travel too far from home. And our main goal was just to go and get it done. We've had some rough spots there and missed some opportunities. But no, our plan was just to go and get it done and see what happened, I guess.
Well, it happened pretty darn good. So the cow milking was the last event. And as they're rolling in, I'm up there doing paperwork stuff, and Tim Fuller goes, well, you think I should tell them that they're the only team that has a time in every event? And before I could say, well, that might be up to you, and he'd started, and I'm like, oh, my God. And I mean, he juiced them from the time they came in the gate, and I'm like, good God.
Oh, he said this before the milking.
Yes, but no, before they were the team to come in.
Yeah, before they
were the
Bailey,
last team.
Did y'all hear that, Bailey?
Oh yeah, we all heard that.
Yeah, and didn't y'all miss that first loop, didn't you? And I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
I think even old Dougie Hall was sitting down there, and he even mentioned something too.
Oh yeah, Doug. Exactly. I mean, let the story tell itself, right? You're exactly right, Bailey. But we knew that when that cow hit the back of the pen, it kind of ran and head back a different direction. Missed the first loop. She come running to the buck and shoots, and whopped her one. They got her, and I was like, game over, Tim. You silly son of a gun. I was like, oh great. Last team in the last event. And he added a little salsa to the
made it a little tough.
Cereal.
Bailey, so Casey mentioned strategy and all that. So after the bronc ride, and you knew you were, in the running, and then you go sorting, and you just flat out knock that one out of the park. So at that moment in the rodeo, was there anything said amongst the guys about how to look at things, or were y'all just head down going forward?
No, we just stuck to our deal. Just go and get it done, and that's it kind of pumped us up a little bit. But no, our main deal is just go and get it done. And then stray gathering, they had them little light 4-weights and only allowed 3 loops, and that took a lot of people out. But we just stuck to it. Just try to get it done and see what happens.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Casey mentioned you got bonus points for getting a time or score in every event, but at the end of the deal, you actually didn't need it. Those 5 bonus points didn't make the difference for you. Had a really solid rodeos. We were looking. You guys were tied for 3rd in the Bronx. Got 6th in that stray gathering, which, like you said, there were a lot of folks that got out on that one, so all the points weren't distributed in there. So 6th was great. Walked away with the sorting, 1st place, and then milking and branding locked down 5th across the board. So just really solid and did what you needed to do. Yeah, looks like a good rodeo.
It was down, so did you tell them 79 points?
I didn't use the numbers.
So for people listening, so Sweetwater had 79 points at the end of the deal. /W Cattle had 65, and TNR Ranch had 52.5. So you're right, the 5-point bonus might have not have worked, but if you're going to go in and do a one-dayer, you might as well go all avocados out. You know what I mean? You might as well just go shake it all loose, and they did. And guess what?
Here's the deal. Now that I think about it, Casey.
What?
If they had missed and gotten a no time in one of the events, that would have. So even though the 5 bonus points didn't matter, the points they'd have got in the event did make a difference. So you did need that, baby. Yeah. You did need that.
Well, Bailey said, go ahead.
We had to do this time because even though we got 5 points, whatever we placed, helped bump us up too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. And I told all of them I'd buy them a beer when they got here because it's free. Bailey knows. Bailey knows. Well, congratulations, and Bailey, you just keep doing what you're doing right, and I hope everything comes out okay. And aren't you expecting a baby?
Yeah, we got a girl due around Thanksgiving.
So we need her to stay cooked. I know. But I told him when he was leaving, he came and goes, well, Casey, I don't know. He said, I said, well, you know what? That's okay. Kids, baby, family comes first. Gee whiz, that's what an honor.
We do have good hospitals in Amarillo, by the way.
I told him, don't let that baby be born in Texas. Did I not, Bailey? I said that to you.
Make a flying trip back to work on the border or something.
Oh, man.
Sayre is not that far.
That's cold-blooded.
Well, congratulations to all. And I know that you're like, oh, my gosh, great, horrible timing, great thing, bad thing, whatever, but we'll make it right. We need to eventually maybe get a daycare at Championship, because you're not the first ranch that this has happened to. I mean, I could name 5 off the top of my head that either had babies or hauled them literally across state line or left and then came back. So, Bailey, it's good to have you back, buddy.
Well, thank you, guys.
Bye, Bailey.
Thanks, Bailey. All right, final team coming to the World Championship, which will be here before you know it, November 10th through the 13th. And big thanks again to New Generation Supplements just for being with us all year long.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to meeting their folks in person.
Yeah.
And I think you guys that are walking around the trade show, be sure and stop by and check them out, learn about their products. They've actually got a really strong distribution network all across the country. So if you're looking for different mineral items and things that can help your herd, horse or cattle, be sure and look up New Generation Supplements. But, we've got a ton of good sponsors that help us make this thing happen all year long.
Yep.
And so, of course, Bud Light is the title sponsor of the whole rodeo. But just go check out our website or look at our mobile app and look at the sponsors. And when you're out shopping, maybe just stop by. If you need something, stop by one of those companies that supports this industry. They're there day in and day out, and we really couldn't do it without them, seriously. But, Casey, we got 22 ranch teams on the adult side. We've got 11 teams on the youth side. So from rodeo competition, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon with the youth, Saturday night again, and then Sunday. If you walk away after the 13th and hadn't gotten enough ranch rodeo in your blood, you've done something wrong, I think.
Or you might go to the heart doctor, because I don't know if you have a pulse.
It's going to be.
I mean, I know that we're dipped and vatted in the World Championship and seeing teams, and we spend all summer with them, and we chase that line every weekend, all year. But this championship is sitting a little bit different, Craig. You've got teams that have never came. Mm-hmm. You've got teams that either have or the other side haven't. We're missing some world champions this year. The way it did. I mean, the way it happened, we've got a couple that didn't qualify. And so, to me, I feel like a little bit of a reboot. And so I think the excitement, it's going to be a different feel. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not dogging on the guys that didn't make it, but it's going to be a complete different feel with a whole lot of different anxiety-ish, positive anxiety.
Yeah. Different pieces, parts.
Yeah, it's going to be really kind of a reboot, a nice reboot for us. And it's going to be a nice reboot for the crowd a little bit. But look, this summer sky was the limit. We're all dealing with drought and too much rain and flooding. I mean, look at poor Florida. Those ranches that were affected by Hurricane Ian, is that right? About said Ian, are all of our ranches that competed from Florida were truly affected and are currently going through stuff. So it doesn't matter if you're sitting in northern Arizona, southern Arizona, or if you're sitting in Florida. Mm-hmm. The agricultural ranching and farming has taken a big, huge hickey this year. So if you want to come and just tell these guys thank you for what they do, if you're eating meat, you need to thank a rancher. If you're getting any kind of a wheat, dairy, anything that has to do with farming, you need to thank a farmer. I'm serious. They need thank yous right now more than anything else. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So this is a kumbaya moment for the World Championship. I think it'll bring everyone together for those moments. And then to top it off, I just heard Loretta Lynn died. I'm beside myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not good news. Mm-mm. That's not good news at all.
Anyway, hey, guess what? We're going to have a championship, and it's going to be a good one.
That's right.
Craig.
Right.
It's going to be a good one.
And there's lots of things to do. We always talk about the rodeo. But even if you have not been able to get yourself a ticket for Friday or Saturday, there's Thursday, Sundays, there's the youth. But just come out, bring the family, walk around, go shopping, visit with people, socialize, have fun. Yeah. Go check out our Legends Tribute with Joe Leathers and James Golson on Friday afternoon. Go to our auction on Saturday morning and just hang out and enjoy.
Yeah.
Spend some good time. So we welcome you to come hang out with us and be a part of the festivities.
Yep, gonna be a good one.
WRCA.org.
Or the free app, wherever you get your apps from. Appreciate you
and
guys.
Lehman has tickets.
Yeah, Lehman's got tons.
Saturday tickets and Friday tickets.
Yeah.
And
Carry some things around.
and just carries
Were
them
you going
around.
to give my phone
Just
number
give
out?
them a phone, yeah.
806
It's on the website.
681.
Excellent. Good to see you guys.
Bye, Craig.
Looking for mineral supplements that are economical, convenient, weather-resistant, high quality, palatable? Look no further than SmartLick's Mineral Tubs. We know there's a lot of mineral supplement options out there, but not all are created equal. SmartLick tubs are fortified with all the nutrients your beef animals need, but without the waste that is common in loose mineral supplementation. To learn more about mineral supplement solutions to help support your herd perform their best, head over to smartlick.com or stop by your nearest SmartLick dealer today.